Welcome to the Duo Athlete Podcast.
We're Shayna and Frank, a couple of athletes balancing training, racing, work, and life.
This is where we talk about the honest version of endurance sports, biking, running, relationships, and everything that happens between the workouts.
Bike, run, real life.
Let's get started. I started the recording.
Okay.
Shout out to Greg for his constructive feedback.
Okay.
You want to get into it?
Let's get into it.
Okay, so I was watching some ultra documentaries while I was on the trainer.
Yeah.
And a thought occurred to me where I was like, so do people do they just believe that they can do this? And then that kind of feels like your training, like anything like a super long distance. I think I was watching stuff about ultra or Western States and like Courtney Dauwalter and Heather Jackson. So yeah, like, do you start off like believing like, no, I think I can do it, and then that kind of fuels your training? Or do you sign up for something and then you're like not really sure that you could even complete something like that, but your training reinforces the idea that like, yeah, no, like I put in hundreds of hours training for this event, like I can definitely do this.
Yeah.
Or another thought occurred to me, can someone else make you believe in yourself?
I mean, I hope I have done that for people because I try really hard to build people up and say, yeah, yes. And I'm telling you right now, I know you can run a 100-miler at some point. I know that.
100 miles, yeah, that seems like crazy. Like, I don't feel like I'm a person that's like believing initially that I can do the thing. Like, I just sign up for things out of pure emotion, out of like pure, oh my God, that looks really difficult, and I'm going to go for it. Like, it's scary. Like, I feel like I'm sometimes outside of myself when I sign up for something or agree to go do something, like Marji.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I mean, somehow I got sucked into signing up for Leadville the first time on a team, and then I had to panic train.
You panic
trained?
trained?
So that pushed me, signing up for it pushed me to train, but you're not training at elevation. You're not doing those type of workouts. So I didn't believe I could do it until I did it.
Really? Did other people tell you that you could?
Yeah.
You didn't believe them either?
No, I wanted to. Like I told you before, I didn't believe I could do it until, the speech, the Ken speech.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm here, imposter syndrome. I got in with this team. I've been on a trainer a lot, lots of hours on the trainer, but I've never raced in Colorado.
What year was that?
I don't even remember. 2018, 17, 18, something like that.
Yeah.
So I was there like, I'm going to blow myself up to help my teammates, and I'm not going to finish. And that's my role. That's what I'm doing, because I didn't believe I could even finish it.
Really?
And then the night before the race, when I was there in the gym, the actual gym, instead of being outside. But yeah, when Ken said, hey, you owe it to everyone who has supported you, and to get you here, you owe it to them to get across that finish line. Then it became, okay, I'm still going to help out as much as I can, but I'm going to finish also. But yeah, the training definitely helped. And then other people saying, yeah, you can do this. And
interesting.
So what do you think?
Well, when we got into Marji, it felt more like an insane idea. Like I was going to train for it, but then it also just felt like an idea, like an abstract, like concept, even though I was still putting together like a training plan for it. And like, as it gets closer now, it's definitely becoming real, but I don't think that I ever kind of believe I can do anything. Like, I always think that it's going to be way harder than it is, probably.
The 50K was pretty hard.
The 50,
first, yeah, it was.
It was. That was.
I almost
really
couldn't
hard.
walk to the car. Like, don't let me sit down after a race like that anymore. Because I thought I was crippled. I've never felt pain in my hips like that in my life. It scared me. It scared the shit out of me. I'm like, what? that I can't move my legs. I can't walk, and I'm
sorry.
shuffling like a 90-year-old man
I
over to
know.
the car.
You made me run. You made me walk up and down it's the smallest embankment, the smallest curb bank thing down to the pavilion. But you made me walk up and down that thing like 3 times trying to bring you like tacos and burritos and like a drink because you couldn't.
No, I don't remember that at all.
Oh no,
No,
of
I
course
don't.
you
I was
don't
fine.
remember that.
I was fine. I got to the car and I was
you were
fine.
fine. Yeah, that was just the training run for Marji though. See, like that, I guess I need the training to make me believe that I can do something. So I needed to run a 50K way in advance of doing Marji. Like I needed to do a 100K mountain bike race way in advance of doing Marji. And I'm like, okay, I can do those 2 things. So I just need to put those 2 things together in one day and under a 22-hour cutoff on like the hardest single track that everyone keeps talking about. And it's only single track and there's no like plushy gravel like roads anywhere. The only road you get that's double track looks like it's sand. And yeah, that's how I make myself believe I can do something, is just by stacking those big events together. But I also feel like I will take the borrowed belief
From who?
From you, because I asked you that like off the cuff a little bit. I was off mic obviously. I was like, so do you think I could get like top 10 at one of these events? And like you responded immediately like, yeah. And like honestly, like that did something that like kind of started clicking things in my brain, and I was like, oh, maybe I could.
I mean, you have to believe in yourself, because the person who doesn't believe they can get top 10 is never going to do it.
Right? Like, no, like I get that, but like at what point are you like delusional? Like it's like that game that you play like where you try to set a goal that's so hard, that's so crazy, that even if you get anywhere near it, you're like, oh look, I'm still a screaming success at this because I got somewhere in the vicinity of this crazy goal I set for myself.
I mean, when I first met you, we took a little trip and there was some rocks on a trail in Bentonville, and you're like, no. You were done riding. I want to walk up to the parking lot, and now look at you.
I know. I kind of sometimes enjoy doing some rocks and like some technical, and as long as I have the matches in my little brain to coordinate going over the technical stuff. Yeah, I kind of do enjoy the technical riding.
And I couldn't run more than 3 miles around the neighborhood at some point. I would start hurting and feel like I'm about to die, and then I just did an ultra marathon.
Yeah.
Just because you believed in me, and we started training, and we started adding the miles each week and got up to 19.
Yeah.
And I still felt good, and I'm like, and then I started telling myself, okay, you can't run far when you run hard.
Right.
Like everyone's been telling you this whole time, you got to slow down. And I can't slow down unless I have a pacer, apparently. So I'm out there running with you, and we're running slower, but I can run all day. So yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And
Shout
then
out.
I started believing, okay, maybe I can be a ultra marathon guy. I'm pretty fit. I got, I just wasn't doing it right. I was trying to run too fast. And like, I want to go out there and do a 20-minute 5K. Can you do both? That's my question. Can I go out? Can I sign up for a 5K right now and run until I almost puke and hurt myself, but do a PR, and then next weekend go do an ultra?
I mean, I think you could. I think if you did some speed work, you could, for sure. But you'd have to warm up first. Because, I mean, that's what I keep, like, I go back to the Everyday Ultra podcast that made a difference in our training. That podcast literally made a difference in our training and probably inspired some of this podcast. Just the sheer fact of doing it. Like, we should really talk about training and our life with other people, because I think it's helpful. But like run your easy runs easy, your long runs easy, zone 2, zone 1, time on feet, like all those principles of just like, not trying to murder yourself on a 3-mile loop and then wonder why you can't run any faster or run any longer than that because you're trying to put down a 6:30 pace the whole time instead of just slowing down.
I don't even know how I got here, honestly.
You don't know how you got here?
I was a guy riding a local trail and working on the trails and doing cross country races, and then somehow I got into doing longer races and then gravel races, and then
I was like, you were the 100
Yeah.
miler guy. You were
Joe and Christy and the Everyday Ultra crew, and got into your head and made you believe that you could do ultra marathons, and then so I'm going too. You're not gonna run by yourself. I'm going too. No, but like when we got into Marji on, thanks to Greg, there's still like,
their second shout out to Greg.
yeah, there's still like that mystery, before we got in, we were trying to get in, and then they
Right.
kept saying, train like you're going to be in.
Right, that's
Because
what
it'll
everyone
work
said.
out.
Yeah, you didn't believe that
I didn't
we were going to
believe
get
it.
in. I believe that we were going to get in.
We were still training like it, but I was like,
I was
I'm
going
going
to
to train
manifest
as
it.
if we're going to do it, but we're probably not going to get in, so I'm not going to have to do it. So it's going to be okay. I'm not terrified because we're not going to have to run all night long and not sleep.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm still scared of that. Like the nighttime 50K
You
that
are?
we're going to do, like we're not going to get any sleep, and we're going to be running for how many hours in the dark? Like,
Oh, we're going to be running for a minute. You're afraid of that? So, like, all the times that you've, like, been up since 5 a.m. and then you worked all day and then you stayed up, like, super late, just, like, working on bikes, or, like, you pulled an all-nighter, like, you're afraid that... I'm just curious about this. Like,
that's a good point. I've done that kind of stupid stuff, but I guess I'd go back to when I worked, like, third shift, and I would come home and not sleep because I couldn't, and then I would get sick. I would feel sick, like jittery and nauseous.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I don't want to feel that.
I know that feeling. So let me try to give you some, maybe you can have some of my belief in you that you can do it. When I did that overnight shift at the hospital,
Yeah.
like the one-off shift, we only had to do 2 overnight shifts basically. And all of us are staying up all night and we're all day shift people. That was honestly easy.
Caffeine.
It was a pizza party base. It was caffeine, Mountain Dew, and pizza. And we were on our feet and we were busy. And we were busy the whole night and everybody's talking to each other. And I think that's... Now, I mean, I'm not saying that you can apply the same logic to a 100-miler after you've already been running since the crack of dawn. I understand there's going to be some tiredness and fatigue.
Yeah, is it going to
get
be
that.
compounded? Because you're going to be tired anyway.
Yeah.
And then your brain's like, dude, we're supposed to be sleeping right now, so I'm going to make you more tired.
Extra tired.
More fatigued.
Yeah, I think that's where caffeine comes in. And also, but you can definitely do it. So especially for this 50K coming up, right? Like if you just break this down into tiny chunks, we don't have to start until 7 o'clock at night. And I don't know if you saw the email today, but I was like paging through the race packet, and you don't even have to we don't have to pick our packets up until Saturday night. So we're going to have to talk about logistics probably off camera, but we don't have to get there until Saturday night, right before the race starts. And then we can run all night. So then you just try to sleep in as late as you can on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then use caffeine. So and it's only one race that you have to do an overnight for. And then you can kind of take that fatigue and build on it and kind of tap back into it, I would think, for Marji, I guess. See, once again, with my own training principle of like the training is going to make me believe that I can do this, not the other way around. Like I need reinforcement from other events, other races, like other big things that I've never done before. I need reinforcement that I can do the overnight running at Marji by doing the 50K a month prior.
So you stacked it up to where it's going to work out for you. Where you going? Neck hurts. So back to like believing in yourself and having other people believe in you. Like we've got a buddy he's an amazing athlete, and he's going to an enduro on his cross country bike, and there's all these guys that morning with their full suspension, trail bikes and their full face helmets, and he's like asking me how I think he's going to do. And I'm like, they have no idea what they're about to race against. Like, they have no idea what's coming. And he's like, you always have the, the most optimism for me. And he won the race, So
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anyone that I've ever said, yes, you can do this, and they haven't done it.
Right.
So
you feel like encouraging people to do things is helping
I mean,
them.
you kind of know that they can already, but just giving them that boost, yeah, absolutely, that helps.
So if they were capable of it, because the mind is a powerful thing. If they are capable of it, but they don't believe that they are, they're not going to.
Well, and there's an aspect of, okay, now there's somebody out there that kind of expects me to perform and to get this done.
You think,
And
so you
that's
think
a
that
factor
causes
also.
like accountability?
Yeah, I mean, I was telling you that story the other day. Like, I was at wrestling practice. I was a freshman in high school. Didn't know anybody because I didn't come from the feeder system, just obscure kid it was a walk-on team. And we're out there doing like wind sprints in the gym, and the coach, all of a sudden, he yells at me, Martin, you better win this race. He just singles me out. And I wasn't the fastest. I had no business winning. It wasn't even a race. We were just doing back and forth, but it became a race as soon as he said that, because everyone else is like, no, he's not going to win. And I'm like, oh, yes, I am, because someone singled me out and is watching me, like the observed electron, a photon.
An observed particle.
Like somebody's watching me and somebody believes in me. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
This guy, for whatever reason, singled me out. He believed in me, and he was trying to motivate me and push me, and I won that race. So I don't know how I did it, but I did it. And yeah, so I mean, I believe in that power of suggestion.
Yeah.
And like it just, whenever I see somebody putting work in and getting faster and coming to the group rides and getting faster every time, and like Mario, he loves putting all the stuff on Facebook, and like he used to be. He's a big guy, and now he's put a lot of work in, and like he
has.
He says sometimes, like, people say you should just do your work in silence and you don't have to put it on Facebook. Absolutely put it on Facebook. Yeah. Absolutely put it out there if you put that work in.
Other people want to encourage you, I would think. I mean, for all the people that like to pick on other people and be bullies, I think there is probably 500 people that really want to encourage you.
Yeah, because, I mean, I just get uplifted. Like, my heart just fills up, and that when I see somebody that's putting that kind of work in and enjoying it, and it just makes everybody around you want to do better and put more work in, and like rising tide lifts all boats, right? So it's just positivity, and it helps everyone.
So like the community, like building a community of people like cyclists or runners or athletes in general, you think that all, I mean, obviously it all plays together where we are better for each other, like a team.
I witness it all the time. Just the emotion and the energy, and everyone seems to want to build everyone else up and be happy when other people are succeeding and doing well, and it just gets infectious. And yeah, we're out there on bikes, and nobody cares what you do for a living.
No.
Or where you come from or what your politics are. Like, yeah, nobody cares. We're just out here trying to be healthy and trying to have fun and trying to support each other. It's awesome. And that's why I like the group rides, and that's why I'm not shy. I mean, some people might think it's silly leaving comments, on Strava, or leaving building somebody up, leaving hearts on stuff and just spreading it around. Like, I see you putting the work in, and I'm amazed. Like you were in the back, last year, and now you're, we're doing the little sprint, fake crit on our group ride, and people are up there in the front all of a sudden crushing it. Or somebody, takes off and attacks a hill, and you're not worried about what people are going to say. Like, what's he doing that? Well, I mean, everybody else follows, and it's just fun.
It's fun. Yeah. The what used to be Tuesday Night Worlds, that course that you're doing on your road rides.
Well, that's why we made a team. That's why we made a race team.
Yeah.
So we can organize the supporting each other instead of just being people out here like commenting on people's races and people's rides and like, good job. Well, now it's like we're a family.
Yeah.
Inside another bigger family of cyclists, and like we all support each other. Like, no one's out here saying, "Oh my God, you're working out too hard, or you're showing off too much, or you're whatever."
Right.
that's
Yeah. We should probably, maybe I should say more because I always feel like,
yeah. You're the president. I mean, that would mean it. I mean, and you say stuff to me,
I know. Like I'm always
but
so
it means a
shy.
lot to people.
I want to tell you that I mean, we all struggle with imposter syndrome, but I've said this before where I'm like, what right do I have to tell anybody anything about anything ever? I mean, I should say more. I should say like, good job, or that's epic, or because I think those things. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like they did such a good job with that. Or
Yeah, I haven't ran 100 miles yet. I'm not. Who am I to say good job running or whatever, or even to the people that are doing 100 milers? I can't comment on their stuff because I'm just, who the
yeah,
hell am I? Well, I mean, knowing that somebody's watching you and supporting you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they've done.
right.
It means a lot. Like everyone will say, Frank says you can do anything. You can do this race. I mean, I've tried to encourage people to race, my whole career because I just like having my friends with me, and I know you're going to enjoy it, and I know it's going to be good for you, and we're going to get to spend time together. I mean, I'm a little selfish in that aspect, but I've gotten people to come to the Snake, right? I've gotten people to drive down to Georgia or drive down to Florida, or
Yeah,
some of these guys that don't race anymore. You can pick out everybody or everyone that's in IMBA right now, and at some point I've got them to a race,
you have. Yeah.
and they've enjoyed it, and they have those memories, and I have those memories of them, and yeah, I can
So
talk people into, if you give me enough time, I can talk people into some stuff.
so you are the guy that everyone is borrowing some belief from at some point.
I would love that.
Yeah, like at some point it's Frank encouraging you, and you have a 2%, at least 2% greater chance in your own brain. You're like, okay, yeah, maybe I could do it. Like maybe I could. And like this also like just popped in my head too, where I'm seeing posts like, I don't know when this episode is gonna come out, but like Courtney Dauwalter just broke the course record at Hard Rock, and like she made a post about it, about like uplifting other women, and how like there's more women like trying to like run or break records or just do ultras in general, or maybe we just make the sign up percentage greater, like that kind of community too, where you watch one person do it and you're like, oh well, am I really any different? Like I feel like I could, like maybe I could do it, maybe I could run 100 miles, maybe I can get up there in the rankings. Like, so yeah, just like the whole like belief system, I guess. And like you watch other people, I mean, because that's where it kind of snowballs, right? Where you just start with this like crazy little inkling, like wherever it came from in your head, where you're like, I think I can do this really hard event. And then your training kind of backs it up, and then your friends kind of back you up, and then you actually start to believe those things about yourself, that you can do hard events. Like you can do, like for me, I can do like a 100K mountain bike race. Like I'm actually looking forward to doing wilderness. I guess if this comes out after wilderness, we'll see what my response is after I get done with the race. But I'm definitely looking forward to doing that because it's going to be my second 100K mountain bike race. So I kind of have this like, oh, I finished the last one and I feel like I could do better. So like,
Absolutely.
let's go faster.
I mean, when you finished that, you were like, I could push a little harder.
I think I could have pushed a little harder. I was just scared of the distance. Like it's so hard to wrap your head around something that you've never done before.
Yeah.
It's so hard to optimize something or make a fueling plan, or just like if you've never literally gone that distance before.
You're stacking blocks, right? You're stacking experiences on top of each other.
Yeah.
And then you look back and you're like, holy shit, I had no idea that I'd ever be here. But it's not one giant leap. It's taking steps to get there. Like, how many times did I do Leadville? And I mean, people are probably sick of hearing about Leadville, but
I don't think so.
At what point did I believe that I could get a big buckle? Because it wasn't until I actually did it.
I was like, I don't think you believed you were going to get a big buckle until you were 8 hours and 30 minutes in and realized that you were going to make it.
No, and
before
like
9
I was
hours.
literally running off my friends and the people that support me telling me I could. I believed in my friends more than I believed in me. Like, I was making excuses for myself until I had 10 minutes left and I was
coming up the boulevard.
Coming up the boulevard. Yeah. So, and man, that's tough whenever you don't know all day. You don't know all day if you're going to get it done. And then when you finally realize I'm actually going to get this done, I couldn't hold it in. And I told you I was doing the thing. I did that like 4 or 5 times before I, just the emotion just overtook me, and like no one was around, so it didn't matter. But and then I finally was like, you know what? It's okay to be emotional.
It wouldn't matter
crazy.
Anyway. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to have emotions and to show emotions, to feel emotions. You don't have to like tamp all that down.
Yeah, don't hold it inside. Yeah,
that's like an announcement for everybody listening. It's okay to have emotions. It's literally fine. You can cry. There's something about watching the Leadville 100 run, that start line. It doesn't matter how many times I've watched that race go off. Like, I'm watching a documentary, I'm watching something about David Roche, I'm watching something about Anne. Like, it literally doesn't matter however many times I've watched the start of that race. Like, it does something to me.
Yeah.
And then that scares.
And I love that.
I mean, but that scares the shit out of me. When something like that
can get inside your heart and make you feel the emotions and like.
I know, but that means like I'm probably like I'm gonna have to get in the lottery. I'm gonna have to go do a qualifier. I'm gonna have to get in the lottery for I have all these like, if something like that stirs that much emotion in you without you even you're not even playing, like you're not even in the race. There's no plan there. I don't even have a plan except for raw emotion of whatever that star line is doing on those videos. I'm like, I think I have to do that. But that's scary. Why do I want to do that? Why do I want to punish myself over 100 miles?
You feel that adrenaline rush just imagining yourself doing it. So
I'm eating up that course footage. Like, I'm watching everyone run on it. Like, I'm almost obsessed. I'm like, there's something wrong with me.
I just realized kind of a prerequisite for me to add someone in my circle is like, if you get emotional like that, like watching a movie or experiencing something that's heavy or powerful, and you eyes get a little glassy like mine do, I'm like, yeah, we're best friends now. Because I can't hold it in either.
Well, I think
I want to feel and express all the emotions, and
I feel like it's a lot of people. It's just
Greg. Shout out 3rd time to Greg. He gets like that, and it's great.
Maybe he doesn't want to be outed on the podcast.
He's getting outed. I don't care.
For having emotions.
Yeah. He says that to me all the time. I got a little choked up just thinking about it, and I love that.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I think you should have. It means you're doing something that's meaningful.
Yeah.
However, which way your emotions are rolling at the moment, something inside you is attaching meaning to it. So.
Yeah. So you think we're gonna be okay on this nighttime run?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like, okay, think about this. Like, it's hot as hell in southern Indiana, southern Illinois right now. Like.
My shoes are getting filled up with sweat.
Right, we're
on these runs.
Drenched in sweat. It looks like someone dumped buckets of water on us while we're running. So we're going to run at night, which is still going to be humid, but not as hot. So I'm looking forward to that.
It's going to be daylight for a little while when we start running?
Yeah, we started at 7. So I think we'll have about an hour and a half before it's technically totally dark.
So we can work up a good sweat, and then it's going to cool off.
Then we can freeze
and be breezy, and then it's going to feel good.
Yeah, we should feel good. But yeah, like probably an extra shirt or something. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like, and yeah, I think we will be fine. We can sleep in. Take our time. We can drive out there. Like, it's not that long of a drive. Get some caffeine.
We're not going to sleep.
Maybe I'll take a nap for like the 2nd time in my life ever. I'll take
You're
a nap.
allowed to take, everybody out there, you're allowed to take rest days and naps.
I can't take naps.
Like, if you are tired and you just need to sit down.
I can't do that either.
And you can fall asleep, do it.
I have to be so.
It's so good for your brain.
I know. I have to be so incredibly exhausted to do that. I'm not allowed to sit down or take naps. I can't do it.
Because you feel like you're supposed to be doing something.
I always have to be doing something. Yes.
Even if it's wrong. You got to be doing something.
I have so many things to do all the time. It's not that I'm supposed to be doing something, it's I have things to do.
Yeah.
They have to get done. All of them. All of the tasks that float around in my brain all the time have to get done.
Yeah, I used to have all kinds of free time, and I would take naps, and I would just
I don't know.
mosey every now and then and get comfortable. You comfortable?
Yeah, you're comfortable? No, you're not. You get up.
Now I have all the things to do too. I have
You?
bikes to work on, and we have gear to try out. And hey, we just bought some lights, right? We just ordered some lights.
Yeah, we did order some lights. Yeah. I mean,
we have to test them out.
Yeah. This is partially your fault, but...
How's it my fault?
Because you're the one that starts this whole, like, no, I think you can do it. If you stop convincing me that I could do, like, really long...
That's not happening.
...events, then we would stop training
You have to be careful on what you decide you think you might want to do, because I'm never going to say no.
Well, I'm never going to sit down then, and we're never going to stop training for shit.
That's okay. I mean, there's going to be life after Marji. Well, I want to do... What do I want to do?
Yeah, you have to figure that out. What do you want to do after Marji?
I want to do an Ironman. I already told you that.
That's true. I was making sure that you were...
Because I like those people too.
I know, you got to tell the audience, though.
There's a whole group of people out there doing tries that we don't get to hang out with, and we don't get to share stories with.
I know, they're so cool.
They are.
We did hang out with a couple of them. But
And
anyway,
have we met somebody who does tries, who's not like the most uplifting, yeah, you should come out and do it with us. And yeah, absolutely you can do this.
Yeah, they always want us to come out to like their group rides and stuff. But anyway, we're getting off on a tangent.
Are we?
A little bit about tries, yeah, like life after Marji. But we were about to talk about the nighttime 50K.
Yeah.
And the gear that we were messing with.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of talking about the sweating buckets thing, so I was trying to solve.
How did we settle on the lights again? Did you ask your AI companion what best lights are?
So I thought that you sent me the Ultra Spire.
I think I asked my AI buddy or Google or...
Somebody Googled or researched, we'll just call it research at this point. Somebody researched something. You sent me the Ultra Spire. So I saved that as one of the 35 tabs that's open in my web browser on my phone. It was still in there because that's where I save things.
Yeah, there's 100 tabs open in your brain.
For real. And then there's 35 on the phone, and there's probably another 17 on the laptop and another 12 on my work laptop. But anyway, that was on there. And then I started stalking not stalking, but like zooming in, like pausing like race footage and like zooming in on headlamps and waist lights. Like, what are you wearing? Like, I want to see, like, what's the brand name on them? Like, okay, that's an Ultra Spire. I'm like, oh no, they're wearing a Petzl on their head. Like, that's a Petzl.
I got this question in my head now. And
what?
Like, I always wonder if the people are using the thing they want to use or if they're using the thing they're getting paid to use.
Well, I don't see any other logos on these guys that indicate that they're sponsored. Like, some of them have, like, logos on their packs, and, like, they have, like, I don't know, like, I don't see, like, if I went to the Ultra Spire website, the first thing I saw was just the Ultra Spire website, not the athlete that they're sponsoring, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, I had a discussion with a buddy about tires, and the question kept coming up, like, so Keegan is sponsored by Maxxis.
Yeah.
He's going to try to break the record, and he's using these tires, and I want to use everybody wants to use those same tires, but I have friends saying those are garbage.
Trash.
They're not as fast as these tires. And I'm like, okay, why would he not use the fastest tires he possibly could? Well, he's being paid to use these tires, and he's Keegan, so he can overcome a slower tire and still break the record and still okay.
I don't know, like, why wouldn't you want every possible?
Yeah, or do you use the fastest tires and you take a yellow paint pen and you put Maxxis on them?
No, I don't think Maxxis will let them do that. I feel like sometimes as an athlete, we just talk shit about a brand because we had a bad experience.
Yeah.
But you would have to show me, like, rolling resistance, like, spreadsheets. You'd have to show me tests. Like, you'd have to show me why.
I mean, it's out there. It's all out there.
I know. I mean, I'm not
People
really
geek out on it, and
I'm just saying, I'm not really interested in, like, the whole tire thing, because I will put some knobby mountain bike tires on my mountain bike and still ride it.
You drive me crazy because I want to put the best slash lightest
I know, and I hate
tires on
them.
your bike, and you're
I
like,
hate them.
no,
Yeah, no, because you know why? Because the first route that my back tire slips off of, and I
it'll be the
slam my
tire's fault, and
knee.
it'll be my fault.
It will be, and I slam my knee into the ground, and then I don't want to race anymore. I don't care about how fast. It doesn't matter how fast that tire is, because if I don't finish the race, it's irrelevant. If
Yeah.
I get pissed off and injured, and I don't finish, it's irrelevant how fast that tire was, because I will be done.
Yeah, I mean, we can deep dive into that, but it doesn't matter, your size and how you are on the bike and transitioning to a full suspension bike and not being able to, put your weight where it needs to be, or not being used to that, and
know, I'm still
slipping out on
learning.
wet routes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still learning, but
And now you've got a knobbier tire in the back than in the front, which is
it's not
crazy.
knobbier than the. I'm gonna argue with you. I'm gonna
No,
fight you to the death.
I'm gonna
over
put
this.
these your setup on your new carbon rims the exact way you have them on your bike right now. So it can't be my fault. Like, it's gonna be so fast because your back wheel weighs like 30 pounds by itself.
It does
And every
not
time
weigh
I pick your
30
bike up and
pounds.
put it on the rack, it pisses me off. Like, why is this back end so heavy on this bike? And I feel bad because then I put mine on the rack and it's like, oh my gosh, she is lugging this back wheel around.
Well, it's also got a aluminum rear.
It's all heavy.
Half of the bike is carbon, half of the bike is aluminum. Because
Yeah, but that aluminum rear triangle, I don't think is adding a whole
Well-
lot versus a carbon rear triangle. But that back wheel, we're not keeping that wheel.
we got off on a tangent again about bikes.
That's okay.
I'm pretty sure we're talking about lights.
Okay, let's get back to lights then.
Lights, camera, action. I'm just kidding. We were talking about what was I geeking out about? I was you got me.
Ultra Spire.
Yeah, well, I was trying to have a conversation about lights, and now we're talking about mountain bike tires. I mean, that makes sense for given our
Yeah, we're talking about gear.
content,
But
but
let's get back to the nighttime 50K, and we're going to test out these lights.
I know, because you had a tab open in my brain that was
I have
lights.
no idea if I'm going to wear a backwards hat or some kind of halo to put this
Well, see, I had thought of that.
headlamp on.
I had thought of that because I tried to wear a halo hat again with the gear and fiddling with it. I wear a halo like baseball cap because we sweat buckets out here in the Midwest. And I love watching everybody's like YouTube videos of them running around the desert, and you don't see a glistening of sweat on them at all because it just evaporates into the ether because it doesn't ever stick to them. And then we're trying to figure out what kind of
It does what
halo
it's supposed to do.
headbands. Yeah, you can actually get cooled down by sweating out there, but not here. So we have to figure out something different. So it's
Until
a halo.
we move out there.
Maybe we should move out there, move out in the desert. Let me get one of those remote jobs, and then we can move out there. So the
Older.
headband with a hat with a headlamp doesn't work. Tried that. Something gave me a headache. It doesn't fit on there right, and the sweat, and then the bugs, and all the other things that were going on. Plus the
Did you have a headlamp
headphones.
that was heavy? Did that attribute any of that?
Well, probably because it was just like my backpacking one that I had in the gear closet. So I was just trying
it's
to
meant to
try
walk
it out.
in, not run in, and you got it so it bounces. So you
Yeah.
got to get it so tight that
Yeah.
it squeezes your brain.
Basically. So anyway, but I didn't want to mess with the ball cap either. So then I ordered a super wide Halo Air headband that just came in today. So I'm going to try that. If we even use a headlamp, because if we use a waist light and
No, we're using a headlamp.
well, it's that waist light says
I think it's the same concept as riding your bike with just a bar light and not a helmet light.
no.
And you can't see around corners and you can't see the holes and you got shadows. I think if you have the pack light or the waist light and a helmet and a headlamp, then you're not going to have the shadows.
Okay, but I did like
And
kind
we're not
of
going to fall down.
I know, but I was watching the videos on the Ultra Spire, that 800, like the premium one, and it makes the shadows for you. Like there's 2 floodlights and 1 spotlight. It is the same as the bikes where we have.
But it's still coming from one spot, right?
I know, but it has like several lights that
well,
hit the
that's why we're
ground
going
for
to
you.
test it out.
I know, that
because
is
I don't trust
exactly why we're going to go test it out at the 50K, and we're not just going to throw some random gear on at Marji. And this really wouldn't be a big deal except we're trying to train in the middle of summer when there's like 16 hours of daylight. And
this is fun because I have no idea how it's gonna work. Like I want to wear a cap or some kind of, to keep the sweat. I like my little halo cap, but you can't have a ball cap with a headlamp.
No, it doesn't work. I
It's
tried
not
that.
gonna. It's gonna create a shadow,
It
right?
does make a
So,
giant shadow, and I tripped over a bunch of freaking roots over at Scales Lake
and you're
trying to
gonna
do
wear
that.
a ball cap or a cap backwards
I don't
and
like
look
that
like
either.
Chad out there running. No, we're not gonna do that either.
No, I don't like that. No, because I have headphones on. The shocks. Headphones.
Yeah.
If I wear them, then the hat and that's a whole ordeal. That's why I ordered a headband, because I don't want sweat in my eyeballs, but I also want to accommodate a headlamp if we can test it out. And I think I'm going to test that whole setup out, even if it's in the middle of the day, because we're still going to have to make adjustments. If we don't ever turn the lights on, just getting the fit, we're going to have to get the fit right before the 50K, right? Like, even if we
Yeah.
like
You want
literally
to.
never turn the lights on, we're going to have to fit them
I
up.
mean, maybe just one race is not gonna be enough, but it's gonna have to be enough.
We're going to have to.
We need to use
we have
this
to
stuff
figure
for
it
a
out.
year and trust it, but we're just gonna have to go with it.
I mean, we can try it out. If we didn't pick the middle of summer to do a giant training block, if we had the lights already over the winter, that would have been different. But unless we stay up till midnight and then go test lights out, but I think our Whoop recovery score would yell at us for doing that. So
I mean, we can still do it. I think that would be fun. I mean, test it out on a trail that we know.
go test it out on Angel Mounds where you're going to break your ankle anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
Just
or
kidding.
scales. I mean,
Yeah.
if they're good lights, it's gonna look like daylight in front of you anyway.
Yeah, hopefully. Or at least illuminate enough to where you can see the roots and stuff. But that the video is very convincing that it's supposed to help prevent like tunnel vision and like
So, have you seen athletes using these lights? Because you're
the
about to say that, and I interrupted you.
the Ultra Spire. Yes,
Yeah.
I have. Yeah, I've zoomed in on race footage and literally seen people using the Ultra Spire waist light, and then I have seen some using the Petzl headlamp. I don't think I could get some. I see some people using both, but I could never get zoomed in quite enough on like when they come running into the aid stations and you get like that moment of like a little bit of ambient light and you can kind of see them and you can kind of see like
If someone else has a regular headlamp on and shining on them when they come
yeah,
in.
like you can kind of see the brand or whatever. I don't think I could ever nail down what the brand name was of the couple of people that I saw running with both, but according to my research, that Petzl that I ordered is probably allegedly too much, but I really wanted the dynamic lighting in case it ended up being the only light.
I mean, there's never too much lighting. That's not a thing.
I know. Well, there's also just lighting money on fire and throwing it into a pit. So,
Well, you want your light and all your stuff to last all night,
yes,
all day, all night.
all
like
day
you want
and
your
all
Garmin
night,
to last
and
all day and all night.
not give me any trouble, like that pack.
And we don't need like extra battery packs for this race.
We
right?
should not. We shouldn't. We shouldn't.
Yeah, because it's supposed to last 8-9 hours on high.
Right. Well, yeah. The waist light. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we run the headlamp on like not high, or we
Medium.
just use it as like supplemental to the waist light, they should both last like
Yeah.
plenty, like long enough. Like,
Well,
should be fine.
we're going to be able to report on these lights at some point.
We will definitely report back on, or we'll just keep reporting on this gear, and make gear recommendations based on real experience and not sponsors. We're not being paid by anybody to buy their gear or wear their gear or say how good it is. Like, no, I'm just trying to do my own research and not trip over roots and break my ankle and not get sweat in my eyeballs. And I'm real tired of getting chafed by my pack.
Yeah.
So I'm going to replace that too. Again, just take all my money and just launch it.
I mean, it's a good thing that you've had some time with that pack. And
Yeah.
you've noticed what it does to you.
I noticed that
and
I
how
hate
it
it.
fits. And
Yeah.
because
Can't stand it.
50 miles of that rubbing holes in your skin wouldn't be good.
Well, I mean, I had like 33 miles of it, and I thought it was like a one. That's the thing. Kept trying to make excuses for it too. I'm like, oh, maybe it's just like a one-off thing. Maybe I'll blame my sports bra. I'll replace my sports bra. Nope, it still rubbed raw. Like there's literal brown
You get
scar
scars. You
lines
get scars on your back.
on my back from this pack. And it's not from, like, I like to run in a sports bra only with the pack on because it's hot. Again, like the 7th time I've mentioned it's hot. But it also did when I had a shirt on. When I did Oak Mountain. It chafed right through my shirt.
I mean, you got some weird, like, back muscles on
They're not
beside
weird.
your spine that stick out like 3 inches.
I got back abs. Okay.
You got back abs, yeah.
Yeah, I got muscles back there.
Yeah, if we're ever in a plane crash and I'm trying to survive, I'm eating those things. There's some meat back there.
You're weird. It's strange.
That's what I think about when I'm running behind you all the time. What I'm going to eat first.
Oh, good. You remember our friend that called you a stalker on our Strava?
Yeah, that video that I took that like it looked like I was chasing you.
Yeah, now you're a stalker and a cannibal.
Yeah. I don't know how to. I'm supposed to be taking video of you and us, and we're doing all the things now, and yeah, it's hard to remember to pull the phone out, and it's all sweaty and
and then
feet are hurting.
We don't post it anywhere.
Hey, did you take any video? No.
I know we don't post it anywhere. It goes on Strava, and we don't post it on our social media account that I made. That's fine.
We're going to.
Okay. I'm sure we are. We keep talking about it.
So what packer did you settle on now?
What pack did I settle on? Well, I ordered it. I haven't tried it on yet. But I ordered 2 different sizes because I'm in between sizes. Of course I'm in between sizes. Why couldn't I just fit?
Why am I scared to do stuff like that?
What?
Like people do that all the time. Like order 2 different pairs of shoes and I'll be able to send one back.
Well, yeah, you just send one. And no, I mean, it's okay. So it's REI. You can send it back for like a year. If their membership.
I have never been an REI person, and I just signed up because I bought one of the lights from there, and it's like, hey, give us $30 more and you can be a member. And
yeah, but you get member rewards.
I want to be a member. I don't know what you get from that, but.
Well, they're a co-op, so you kind of get voting rights on their board, and you get membership benefits. You get extra coupons on their sales. I like being an REI member. I've been an REI member for a long time.
I didn't know that a normal person could go in there and buy anything for the longest time. And I don't know if I still know that or not.
What do you mean?
Like someone who's not a member.
Yeah.
You don't have a card. You're not in their system.
Yeah, you can buy stuff.
And you can go in there and just
you can buy things. You just can't buy their member only stuff. And sometimes they have like used gear that's like member only. I don't know. They have some member only stuff, and you have to.
It always felt like Costco or Sam's. Like, yeah, you can come in here and walk around and look at stuff. But
yeah, but it's a one-time fee though. You don't have to pay yearly. Like you pay one time. Now you're a member of the co-op, and it's
so
REI.
that $30 was lifetime membership.
As far as I understand, because I paid like one time and it wasn't $30, but it was many years ago. So it's probably inflation, and they had to raise their membership prices. But yeah, so you get rewards and you can return the things. They have a very generous return policy. That's why I ordered from there. I ordered 2 different sizes, and I'm just going to try it on. Unless you wanted to drive up to, I mean, we could drive and go try stuff on, but it's like a 2-hour road trip in any direction to find one. Nashville, Indianapolis, St. Louis, Louisville.
Yeah, 2 hours away. Any direction.
Any direction to find an REI. So I just ordered it and then just send one back.
So when you send that one back, does it go on the someone's used this rack?
No, it'll go on a new one, because I'm not gonna try it on and wear it on the trail. Like I'm gonna just try it on and see how it fits.
What about shoes? Like you got to go on a trail run and get your shoes all dirty and dusty and muddy maybe. And
I mean, people have
I don't like these. These don't fit. I'm going to send them back. And then what?
You should really read their return policy, because it's pretty generous.
So they send the shoes to some place to wash them and...
No, they don't get washed.
Get the stank out of them.
Have you ever... We need to go in more REIs, and you can look at the used gear. They're not washed. It's still got mud on it, and it's still got dirt on it.
Well, that's what I mean. If you try them and send it back, then they go on the this is used stuff.
If you actually use it.
Just shoes or something you actually get dirty.
If you legitimately get it dirty, yeah.
Okay.
If it doesn't work for you, I'm pretty... It's like they have like no questions asked. Like, just send it back if it doesn't work for you. It might just be for store credit or something. I don't know. I haven't read the fine print, but...
I was trying to order some lights that were a little bit different than yours, so we don't get them all mixed up. But
yeah,
I did not like the green
one,
that's fine. So we both got orange. And then I was trying to get that other light, that I thought was pretty cool, that has the magnet and all the LEDs you can take apart and hang them everywhere. And but the battery packs were sold out, so
we have exactly the same setup.
Did you know it was an 850 instead of there's an 800 for the waist light?
Yeah.
and then there's an 850. The 850 was cheaper.
Yeah, because it's not like a...
It doesn't run as long, right?
Yeah, there was something different about it. Because like the 800 is like a solstice or something.
Because usually you're going after the most lumens you can afford, the longest runtime.
Right.
And that's how they market it.
It's probably
with the bigger numbers.
Yeah, so there's probably a sweet spot in there with how many lumens it takes in like the runtime. Because if you take like our Night Rider lights that are 1200 lumens,
yeah,
you're not running a Night Rider light at 1200 lumens all night long.
No.
You're gonna run it for like an hour like that, and that's it.
If you put it on flash mode, it'll run for a month.
For sure.
But
it'll even run after you lose it in a field.
Yeah, so if you're doing a short ride and you want to see what it feels like for it to be seriously daylight in front of you,
yeah,
then you turn your headlamp, your helmet light, and your bar light on as high as possible.
Well, yeah,
it's
a quick...
is awesome. And then you just wish it could be like that for 4 hours. But
yeah, I think outbound lighting for mountain bikes is kind of... That's like the other Marji go-to is outbound lighting. But we really, really should not be on a bike when the sun starts to go down.
I was getting ready to say that because we thought we were going to have to order these lights, and then we realized...
No. Yeah, like I did a rough estimate pacing plan. I'm like, no freaking way do we need to be out there when the sun's going down. Like, we need to be running before then.
By the way, I was super stressed when we were trying to sign up for Marji, and because you've got like 4 seconds to do it.
Yeah.
And you have to have a fast connection, and you have to have luck.
You better...
And then it turns out, if you have a good story, or if you
wait
around long enough...
You better quit.
What?
The transfer page. That's the only way in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You better cut
I'm
this
just
out.
saying, when Todd
out.
says, train like you're going to get in,
he means
say
it.
that, he means it.
He's going to... he means it, and you're going to manifest it for yourself some way, somehow.
Yeah, if you're showing
the
your
transfer
workouts
page,
and you're training for this 100-mile race, you're going to get in. Absolutely.
Through the transfer page.
Yeah. So do we have to run at the beginning of the race to get on our bikes, and it's like a half a mile run.
Oh no!
In our bike shoes.
Oh my God!
Oh, in bike shoes.
Oh no!
Yeah, and then is
that why I see a couple of guys out fucking?
Because it's run bike run. We run and then we bike and then we run. It's a triathlon.
No, that's still a duathlon.
We need to change the name of the podcast.
That's still a duathlon.
Huh?
It's not a swim.
Okay.
It's still a duathlon.
Okay. So when I start swimming and doing Xterras and stuff again, I want you to tell me I can do this, and yeah, I'll support you, and I think you can do an Ironman because I don't believe it right now.
Okay, well I do keep telling you can do an Ironman. Yes, you can do one, but I want you to train for it, and you keep signing up for stupid gravel events. You need to stop it.
I do like the gravel races, though. I
know.
Like them.
I know you do. And I love that for you. And I would also love for you to do an Ironman. But I think that your choices of timing with events is not optimal.
I'm worried that I'm going to be mad because it's like $3,000 to sign up for an Ironman.
Oh my God, why is that so much?
It's not. It's probably $1,500 or something, but it's really exclusive. Ridiculous. It feels exclusive, and that makes me mad right away. It makes me mad, and I don't know if I can explain it, but anytime something is exclusive, it makes me mad.
Elitist or exclusive?
I don't know if I'm using the right word.
I'm just asking. Are we just going to be spicy about it?
Let's be spicy.
Because
it makes me mad.
Is it elitist? What are you charging?
I don't like the $500, $600 lifetime Leadville entry.
I know that seems like a lot.
You're already paying $5,000 to go out there for 2 weeks, but that's $500-$600. This is $1,200-$1,500. And I know they're doing a lot. I know they're out there doing a lot. Remind me. Because I really don't know. But you always remind me of how much they're out there doing and why it costs so much and why it might cost so much.
I mean, it depends on how far apart they have their aid stations. I can understand it for ultras because they have an aid station. If they can get one every 5 or 6 miles, there's literally an aid station stocked every 5 or 6 miles. I'm sure that costs.
Yeah, and they shut down
money.
half the downtown of wherever city they're in, and they have the firefighters and the rescue and rescue
EMS
swimmers and all that crap because you're out there in the river and okay.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, just from our small experience trying to organize like Dragon's Back, I mean, just not even RFID timing, but just a subscription to do timing. All that starts to add up. Like I kind of showed you guys a spreadsheet today that kind of like explains out like how you could escalate a paid event like very quickly. So if instead of there being volunteers, if I had to pay a staff to do an event, like, and you have to do it off of entry fees, basically. So yeah, like I get that, but also the amateurs are always the ones footing the bill, and like
Yeah.
the pros are there getting kind of sponsored in, but kind of trying to make their own living off of sponsors. And
Can you do a one and done Ironman? Should I do a half Ironman first? Should I give up on the whole thing and pick a 100-mile race to do mountain bike race or something? Or should I start just running 50-mile running races? Or I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want it to be like a train for this thing. And then I realize I could walk this entire marathon, the last part of this. And like, is there a cutoff?
I don't know. I don't think anyone should train for something that they don't like the training for. So if you end up hating the training for it, I don't think you should be doing
I'm
the
training
event.
for right now, though. I feel like with this running half marathons every weekend, and you convincing me that I could do an ultra, which that was my first marathon on the trail.
Your first
of the
ever
mountain. So
marathon
now
was an
now
ultra?
I know I can do a marathon, right?
Yeah.
And I know I can ride 200 to 7,000 miles, whatever it is, and I'm a decent swimmer. The thing that scares me is that anxiety that I get in open water. So that's like this big monster that I need to conquer. That's part of it.
So what if you get a coach?
Like a
Like-
swimming coach?
Yeah, for like the open water part.
I mean,
like-
that might help. I
You're
mean,
going to
just,
need, yeah, so like we're talking about everybody supporting each other. If you need support in that manner, because I am going to be the last person that's going to be able to help you with open water anxiety, because I don't even like water. So I
I was teaching you how to swim and you were picking it up really quickly,
I
and
know,
we
that's
were
'cause
in open water.
I know it's because I'm athletic. Just because I'm athletic doesn't mean I like doing it.
Right.
So, and I learned
Just
that.
because you can, it doesn't mean you should.
Yeah. Well, and then I could tell you some lessons I learned from about the time that I was old enough for memories in riding horses, that just because I was good at a certain discipline doesn't mean I liked that discipline. And it's too bad I didn't stand up for myself more when I was a little kid, that I didn't like something. But anyway, here we are. Just because you're good at it doesn't mean you need to do it.
You're going to skip right over that, huh?
We're going to not air that out on the pod, at least not today. Maybe for a more a therapy version of our podcast, we can talk about childhood and how we sometimes don't get to choose our sports that we do as children. But anyway,
Yeah. If you find something you're good at, should you
Should
walk
you?
down that road,
Yeah.
or should you skip it? And
yeah, just
because you
you're
can be good at a lot of things.
right. So yeah, that leads me to just be like, yes, I am an athlete. I could probably be good at anything I wanted to be good at, because I believe I'm an athlete. And that's all the belief I need. It's like, I'm an athlete and I could be good at it. But am I going to like it? Like, do I like doing it?
You like running, apparently.
I fucking love running.
Yeah.
I love running through the woods.
You
I
look
love
good when
running.
you're running.
It brings me so much joy
It looks natural.
to run. It brings me so much joy to run.
And somehow your feet don't hurt like mine do.
No, seriously.
I wish I
like,
could trade feet with you.
I know, I'm reading Born to Run. I'm hoping that I can run even better than I do right now. But
I'm scared of the time coming up at some point where I'm going to have to pace you 40-something miles.
I mean, you don't have to do anything. See,
At
you have to
10,000
figure out
feet.
what you want to do.
Yeah,
But-
I want to keep training so I can be that person. Like,
Yeah.
I don't believe right now that I could be a person that runs 100 miles. I just don't believe it right now.
I think you could.
Somebody would have to convince me of that.
Well, I think you could
Or
if you wanted to. See,
Someone
that's-
would have to tell me, I don't think you could ever do that. Sometimes that works. Sometimes the negative
Oh yeah,
motivation.
proving somebody wrong.
Yeah. Yeah,
like-
definitely.
Be like, oh yeah, threaten me with a good time. I'll show you.
I mean, which one's better? If it works, what difference does it make? I mean, you'd rather.
I
it
think
feels better when
positive
someone,
reinforcement is better. Yeah.
Yeah. We get back to like just in general and just in life sometimes, like having someone have expectations of you can make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Just like in a career or just the kind of person you want to be. Like, I mean, I've felt that. And we were talking about the night before the Leadville race and how I get emotional, and like Ken becomes my dad that night. And he's telling me that, he expects me to do this and he's proud of me. And like, that's what hits me, you know, cause that's something that I didn't get, growing up. So it fills that void for a little bit, and it's fine. It feels good. And like, yeah, I'm using him in that moment, to build that energy. And I know it's all fake, but it feels real.
It's not. I don't think it's fake. He has some kind of energy because.
I mean, I came across the first time I broke I broke like sub 10.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which race it was, but he's there. He gets up out of his chair and he comes up and he's like, "Oh, good job, son. You broke 10 hours." And I'm like, "Thanks, Dad." That's what it felt like, So, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Wherever you get that motivation and, things you didn't get as a kid, someone else can fill that for you.
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, just at least identifying that and then realizing it about yourself and, using it for some kind of motivation or understanding how other people could act as like a community for you. So I feel like I could lean into that more because I sometimes just feel like I'm more as a person that really loves the team. I also feel like sometimes I'm just like a loner. I'm not sure how to interact with all the people all the time. Like, oh my God, this is so amazing. But I am like really bewildered by everybody all the time. Like there's so many people.
Yeah, you can get overstimulated pretty quickly, and I can too.
Yeah. I know.
And then you just take a break. You
Yeah.
just take a break by yourself, and you recover, and then come back to it when it's okay to, and like it's fine.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Everyone asks about you.
I know.
So it's and I tell you every time.
Right.
I make sure I share that with you to let you know that people they like seeing you. They like seeing you at the group rides, and they like knowing what you're doing, and you're inspiring, and you're just an enjoyable person to have around. So that's why they're asking, "Where's Shayna at? What's Shayna doing?" I mean, they're being polite to me and nice to me because we're a thing, but they also want to see you out there at the group rides.
Yeah, and see, that's another thing that's hard to believe about myself when you tell me those things. I'm like, is there like what's so special about me? Like I'm just running and like racing my mountain bike, and like for some reason I just like it doesn't seem like anything anyone should probably get worked up about. But in the same episode, I will literally talk about other people that I watch riding and running and being an inspiration and just like motivating and community and all that, but then somehow don't see myself as like an inspiration to other people. I'm like, no, I'm not the inspiration here. Like,
It gets a little scary when you start to believe that.
Yeah, no,
people are watching you also.
Yeah, no, I'm literally just like the potato, okay, on the side. Like I'm nothing to look at, nothing to see here. Just doing my training plan that I made up all by myself, and just doing events that are pretty hard, but nothing to see here. Cause
I mean, your discipline is striking, and just being a person who's kind of unshakable. Like you've got a plan, and you're going to follow that plan, and you're not going to cater to what other people want to do. And I mean, you just have this energy that's kind of cool to watch.
Thanks. I appreciate that. And if
I'm not going to compliment you on every one of these podcasts.
Well,
I'm going to find something bad to say about you eventually.
No, I think my own brain does that for me. So, yeah, if anyone like tried to like live inside here, they'd be like, "Oh, dang." So yeah, that's why I probably need some positive reinforcement. But thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's about time to wrap this thing up too. Have you covered everything we want to cover tonight?
Well, yeah, I think so. I was just trying to make it a little simpler than the last couple times and just kind of yap about the current training and events and stuff that occurred to me when I was watching documentaries. And
yeah, and I'm not apparently cutting out all the dead space didn't work last time, so I'm not doing that this time. So if there's too much dead space, you just speed this thing up and listen to it. Because
Yeah.
this is how we talk.
Yeah. I think
Sometimes we get excited and we're going to bounce back and forth and just get crazy with it. But
we're just trying to allow for like the socially acceptable pauses in between talking, so we're not talking over each other. But
we are probably too worried about that.
Right,
Because
yeah.
listening to other podcasts, they do it all the time.
Yeah, they do it. And you can hear them both because they both have good mics. So it's like literally fine. Like no one is shouting over top of the other one. But hey, you know what? This is episode 6. So
Episode
like
6.
we're definitely
Holy
getting
crap.
the hang of it. Yeah. So yeah, we can wrap it up. We put on fan mail in the show notes in the podcast. And if you're watching on YouTube, you should be able to go to podcast.duathlete.com and send us fan mail. So if anyone has any questions for us or any feedback
Comments.
on the show, or if you're on YouTube, we have a podcast, and if you're on the podcast and you like watching YouTube, we're over there. All the places. So
Yeah, somehow you got us on all the places. Good job.
thanks. I fixate on things for like 6 hours at a time and just get it done. So
Yeah.
there's that. Okay.
All right, we're signing off.
All right.
Good
Y'all have
night.
a good one.